Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let me just double check that everything is working, and then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? How's it going? By the way, this has been my jam for the last 2 weeks. All right, let's see. All right. One secco. Alrighty, I think we are good to go. Let me just lower the music. Boop. And let's move over here. Welcoming everybody. How are you today? Yemit, welcome in. You're first. How are you? How's it going? Too much to bear. Hello. Erica, hello. Moxie, hello. Yeah, I know. Actually, I waited until they rated out. I just didn't want them to feel pressure to rate in, especially since I wasn't live and stuff. So, anyway. But thank you for the thought. Bear. It's a moose's tooth sweater. Good eye. I was gonna mention it. New sweater unlocked. New sweater unlocked. It's in fact, I saw it, and I've been wanting another half zip because I wear my white one a lot, and I've been wearing a black zip up a lot, but I wanted another one. They're just very easy to like throw on over any t-shirt, so that's why I like them. But they just released this past week. I do follow Moose's Tooth on my Instagram, and I saw that it was like new fleece, and I was like, oh, it actually looks. I really like it. It's blue and yellow. It's got some nice little yellow cuffs. That's it, really. It's just half yellow. There's a pocket, a middle pocket, which I liked. But anyway, yeah, I like it. So you guys will see a lot of this. I also just like that it says Moose's Tooth on it. Since 1996, Anchorage, Alaska. So anyway, but thank you. Bear, I'm glad you noticed. And I'm glad you think it looks good, because I really like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna be wearing this even outside of stream a lot. I know. I think, I just don't want anyone to feel sort of the pressure of having to raid in, especially, again, I wasn't live at the time, so They have other people, they know other people, they can let them do their thing, And probably generally, if you're going to bring a raid to someone, probably don't tell the streamer that. I usually let that be a surprise, because then, if they decide to change their mind in the last minute, that's totally fine, Makeda, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. They told me to. Fair. Well, yeah. Usually, at least I don't like to know. Then in the future, just don't tell me. What have you guys been up to? Sorry there was no stream yesterday. I ended up having to do a lot of work and then just ended up not streaming, but playing some Hollow Knight. Have you played Hollow Knight before? Is this your first time playing through it? I've never played. I don't know if it's the game for me. I think I would get lost and get sad that I was so lost. But I'm doing all right. How are you, Makeda? We did, in the case you guys did not see, but we finished the voting for the horror game. It is, we're going to be playing Sharks and Minnows. Soma was very, very close. Bear, I'm sorry. It was only one vote would have made a tie. So I guess it would have needed 2 votes. But anyway, it was a 1 vote. Anyway, 1 vote difference between the two. And welcome back. Such a cute mug. Thank you. It's a bunch of doggos. I've had it since I bought it Christmas of last year. And then I have really not used another mug since. But it has a bunch of dogs wearing Christmas hats. And then it says, Pala la 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 on the other side. You guys never really get to see that. I keep on, every time I make coffee for myself, I think, oh, I should get a new mug soon. And I just never do. I did go to the store and I looked for another mug and none of them were quite like it, Oh yeah, I love Hollow Knight. I'm just doing some boss rushing now for funsies. Oh, very fun. That's cool. That's very cool. It's fine. I'm so sorry, Bear. But at the very least, I mean, Soma got a lot of votes overall over the course of the whole tourney. So I feel like if in the case I'm ever needing another spooky game, we can always go to that. Of course it's a pun. It is. I mean, why wouldn't I get it? It's adorable. Adorable little doggos. And a pun. 2 birds, 1 stone. You just need to grind for a map and compass to not get lost in Hollow Knight. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of also the Dark Souls-y thing a bit. I mean, I know it's not a Souls-like, but it's like so difficult. The bosses and stuff are so difficult. I don't typically like games that are very difficult. Like, if it's too difficult, then I'm like, I'd rather just put it on easy mode and just, breeze through it. I don't know if it's the reason why I would never really play a Dark Souls game is because I'm like, I would just get so burnt out. But Johnzo, welcome in. How are you? That's how it goes with the cute mugs. Can't change them and they become a part of us. Yeah. I have another mug that was my primary mug for stream, but then I used it so much that the picture is sort of fading and I don't like it's chipping away and I don't want it to fully. But it has a cool llama on it and it has like the llama's wearing like a one of those like wool hats with like earmuffs, where like the muffs are like in the hat, and I don't think it says anything on the outside, but on the inside rim of the mug, which I really like, I like that it's printed on the inside. It says "No Drama Llama" on it, and I love it. I think that's so cool. We need more mugs with inner printing stuff. If I could find a online custom printer that could make mugs with like also like where you could print on the inside, I would make a custom one and maybe like get a bunch and then sell those or something. But yeah, but anyway, I've been looking for a new one, but we are going to do, in 2 weeks from today, we're going to do a Christmas stream, a Christmas in July stream, where I'm going to be crocheting this thing. I've never crocheted a thing before, but we bought this on my birthday stream a few months ago. So we're going to have a cozy Christmas stream and a Christmas crochet stream. So I might as well keep the mug around at least until then. So it is cute, but will it turn out like this? Probably not, because I have never crocheted anything before. It says it's easy, but again, I've never crocheted anything before, so I also have very shaky hands. So anyway, you need to progressively get the tools. You need to progress. You see, that's also, I will say, not a big Metroidvania fan. The couple Metroidvanias I've played, I've just sort of I've never finished. I've just been like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's not my genre. But I get why people like it. I like watching people play them. Same thing with like Souls-likes. I'll watch people play it, but when did I say that? It's going to be 2 Fridays from today. So July 25th. Like December 25th, Christmas. But yeah, 2 weeks from today. In the Discord, we actually have an event set up for it, for people that want the little like reminder. But as it's coming up, I'll definitely be mentioning it, and I'll even have like a little pinned message once we get closer and stuff. Let's see. I mean, October is around the corner. That's true. I actually have like a horror adjacent game that I would like to play at some point. It's not quite a horror game, but it's more of like a psychological horror thing. Though it'll be weird. It'll be a weird game. Visually, the art style is like a bit jarring, I think. So I don't know if people are gonna like it, but we'll see. I wasn't very good at the start either. It's just practice and patience. Fair. So something I don't have and something I'm bad at. Oh boy. Yeah, I know it's a controversial topic, but I think it's a Souls-like because of the boss fights. Okay, that is okay, Makeda. One of the first times I saw someone playing Hollow Knight, I said something about it being a Souls-like, and they were very much like, it's not a Souls-like. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm wrong, sorry. But then, but it's funny, because I feel like some people do kind of refer to it as being Souls adjacent at the very least, but they were very quick to be like, it's not a Souls-like. It's like, okay, sorry. I'm thrilled you're playing Sharks and Minnows, so I don't have to. Amazing. That's funny, because I was like, I'm pretty sure you voted for Soma. Yeah, and Sharks and Minnows will be interesting, because I don't know how to swim. So I'm like, you know, underwater stuff is something that scares me, so. Dev and Ozzy are going to sell a calendar. Amazing. We have merch, technically, but I just don't promote it right now because we're doing I haven't promoted any merch for the last year plus because of the Australia trip. I'd rather, you know, stuff goes to the donos instead of merch stuff, but the merch still exists. It'll be a 50-50 shot. What'll be a 50-50 shot? Gigi, welcome in. Bruce, hello, how are you? I can't crochet. Oh, 50-50 if it turns out okay. I don't know. I honestly think it's going to lean more towards it's probably not going to be right. Something's going to be a little off. about this cup of Joe. If this was like D&D and it got resurrected, it didn't come back right. I feel like is going to be the problem. Yeah, the one game that I have that I've been wanting to play is like kind of weird, but I've heard very good things about it. And it's not. I don't think it's like. It's not like pop out scary. It's more of like unsettling, I think, which is I can handle. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, but the Souls community is kind of gatekeepery. Fair. They were also a Souls-like player, so maybe that makes sense. I live in a landlocked state because sharks terrify me. That, you know what? I don't blame you. I just can't swim, so I just fear sharks because what would I possibly do if I fell into the water? I binge ate a popsicle, so I'm sad. I'm out. Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Catch you on the flippy flip.
It'll have character. It will have character. I'll at least be able to say, look, I did it. And that, that's fair. And yes, this is a Moose's Tooth half zip. I just got it this week. I was very excited to wear it on stream. I've been having popsicles recently. Granted, it's not as hot here, so I feel like for me, it's just more of a treat. For you guys, it's probably survival bruised. There is this, I will say, if you guys want a tasty nom nom popsicle, see if you have. There's a brand called Outshine. Outshine Fruit Blends cherry limeade flavor is so good. I have not tried any of the other flavors, and I do not wish to because their cherry limeade is very, very nom nom. But I guess also you have to like cherry limeades. But anyway, I bought them recently, and I have since bought them almost every time I've been to the grocery store because it's very good. But anyway, Outshine is the brand. It's their fruit blends. Num 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 num. If they have that at your grocery store, pick them up. Not sponsored. It does. That's true. It does help you cool down. Outshine is good stuff. Yeah, I haven't really tried much of their stuff before, but I recently was like, I want a popsicle. I've been having is it Luigi's Italian Ice, those little cups. I love lemon flavored things, so I've been getting their lemon flavored Italian Ice just to have like a treat. Those ice cups are good. They're very good, and they're honestly fairly priced. I feel like they're always on sale at my grocery store for like $3.50 or something, and they're great. So anyway, also recommend, #not sponsored. But if I would, I mean, if Luigi's wants to sponsor me, eat a lot of ice creams. I haven't been eating ice cream in a hot minute. Or cold minute, I guess. But not because of anything. I just haven't had ice cream. But also those like Italian ices, they feel a lot lighter to me. So I've sort of, when I need just sort of like a sweet refresher, I feel like they're great for that. There is a great brand that I know is more Pacific Northwest. And Western states, probably. I did not see it until I had never seen this brand until I moved to Alaska. But it's Tillamook ice cream. If they have that in your stores, also recommend. #not sponsored. But I would. If they wanted to sponsor me, I would. Light on the wallet and tummy. And I like that. I like both those things. Runner, welcome in. Tillamook, they have some like just their ice cream is very flavorful and creamy and good. But and like I feel like they use a lot of like fruit flavors that like have the actual fruits in them and stuff, so that's good. But occasionally they'll do limited time summer flavors, and they had one, and I don't know if they've ever brought it back, but it was like strawberry lemonade flavored or something. So I was like, I know I've just said I only eat. I'm. You guys are gonna think that I only eat lemon things, or citrus adjacent. But I feel like ice cream now. But I don't have any. No, Makeda, I'm so sorry. Well, and what time is it over there for you? Are there any stores open? Gearing up my shopping to prep for my Alaska trip. Oh, I hope you have fun, runner. I hope you have a good trip. Are there any stores open you can get ice cream, Makeda? Or are you, or is everything closed? Is it like, I don't know what it's like over there. We were talking to the Aussies, and one of the things that I think will throw me off when I'm there is that like everything closes in Australia at like 6 p.m. or something. And I don't think I'm going to be prepared for that. Toon, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Dairy Queen did an animal cookie blizzard that floored me. I still think of that blizzard. Ooh, I love when there's like a treat where you're like, I still think about it to this day. I know for sure that I have, there are desserts that have stuck with me. In fact, I think I mentioned one not long ago. I remember someone made homemade pumpkin cheesecake, and I had never had that before. It was delicious. Much too late for a trip to the shop. There are shops open, but I don't live in a walk alone after dark if you can avoid it kind of city fare. Uber Eats or DoorDash? Oh, Moxie, you don't ever have to, you know. Just go do what you want to do. You know, that's totally fine. Just go do what you want to do. Never have to, feel bad for wanting to do something else. The VODs exist for people who want to watch the VODs. And if not, that's also fine. I just appreciate a hello. Ooh, what movies did you watch this week, Toon? Cretin, welcome in. How are you? How was Borderlands? Also, you have to be exhausted. There has to be a nap in your future. And Devin, welcome in. How's it going? I love the emote. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, Toon. Doing pretty good, yeah. Not much. Not much. Oh, did you beat 3? Oh, wow. That's fast, I feel like. You guys don't do side quests, though. So, maybe that makes sense. It's okay. I bought in a reasonable amount of cherries, so I'll get some of those. Ooh, that would be very nom-nom, Makeda. Do you ever put them in the freezer? I've never had frozen cherries. Family's here again, so I'll be back and forth. Bear, I hope you have a good time with your family. A sweet time with your family. But yeah, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I'm dying. Oh, no. Brandon said you were talking about a blizzard, but not the weather type of blizzard. Yes. I read out a comment about like a Dairy Queen blizzard. But fully frozen cherries feel a bit weird to me. I eat frozen grapes. I don't know if you guys like frozen grapes, but I do. Someone in here the other day said that they hated that. What's that? Frozen grapes? Like just putting grapes in the freezer and then just eating them frozen? Blowout, The Killing of Two Lovers, Bad Education, Incendies. That sounds... Wait. Incendies. I've seen that. Isn't that the one? Yeah, Denis Villeneuve. That was when I was in my Denis Villeneuve kick. The Panic at Needle Park, Holy Spider, Rashomon. No way. That's amazing. What a great movie. And Tempopo. What is that? I have wanted to watch Tempopo, but have never watched it. Looks fantastic. But you guys beat Borderlands 3? A good kick to be in. I agree. I really liked Annihilation. What was that other movie? Well, Blade Runner. Sicario is great, but what is the one that I was thinking of? Arrival. Arrival was also great. I think Arrival is actually what put me into my Denis Villeneuve kick. But yeah, he's great. I've actually not seen any of the Dunes. I wouldn't like frozen cherries, I think. I'm not crazy about biting to frozen things. The texture kind of creeps me out. Fair. You know what? That's fair. I grew up on frozen grapes, so it's just very normal to me. Last night I was watching a streamer and he let chat drink some alcohol. I'm just gonna say you can't prove anything. Say what? Tonight I'm watching The Hudsucker Proxy. So good. What a fantastic movie. I've not watched that in forever. Have you seen it before? Defending Your Life, I don't think I've ever heard of. I have not. I have not heard of that. Enemy. Enemy is a fantastic movie. Dune 2 is so good. I haven't seen it before. The Hudsucker Proxy is fantastic. Most people, I feel like enough people don't talk about it, but I needed some comedies. It should be good. I think it is. I think it's funny. Have you ever watched Clue? We had to do like 6 side quests today so that we didn't get to the end too fast. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. That's honestly so wild to me that you guys didn't do like any of the side quests in 2, because I think some of the side quests in 2 are what make the game good. Also, the Tiny Tina DLC for 2 is one of the best DLCs I've ever played. So the fact that you also skipped that is like, it pains me, but it's fine. I love Clue. It's crazy that it's rated PG. 100%. I watched it. I grew up watching it, but then I watched it as an adult much later, and I was like, oh, I get these jokes now. Does this surprise? Well, I think it did, because I don't think I knew that you guys would skip those, but now I know. Now I know. So going into things in the future, I'll know, okay, likely either I have to corral them to do a side quest, or not play a game with them that has side quests. Because the side quests, especially in 2, I couldn't finish 3, but the side quests in 2, there's so many just like super funny ones. There's also so many like good guns in We Will Follow Instructions, though I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. In 2, well, I think, to be fair, I think we just have a very different like play style for those types of games, because like there are guns that you can only get by like random, they're not random drops. The bosses have a low chance of dropping them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so I will like grind a single boss until they drop the weapon. Because there are some that are just so good that it's like, especially for when you like, so when you beat like the normal mode of Borderlands 2, it unlocks true Vault Hunter mode. When you play that, I should say, because I feel like you guys are not going to play that. So not when you play that. If there were somebody who would play that, it's much harder of a game, but like all of the what are they called? Not bandits. All of the bad guys. What are they called? All the guys that typically have masks. They have armor now. Like they're all wearing armor now. So like shooting him in the head is pretty much like you know, you have to be a lot better. You have to get better weapons, and they in true Vault Hunter mode, all of the enemies are scaled to your level, or right around there. I think you then unlock another difficulty mode once you beat that, and I think that one is like all enemies are at max level at that point. But there are so many cool like weapons and shields and stuff that like you can only get if you grind out the bosses. There's an infinity pistol, which is incredible, where it has just infinite ammo. And it never needs to reload. And it's so good. It can also drop like with elements on it. There's like a non-elemental one as well, but I love the infinity pistol. There's also there's a shotgun that is a legendary shotgun called the Conference Call, and it's so good because what'll happen is as you're shooting the enemy, and like you know the pellets are shooting out of the gun from off screen, there will be more pellets coming at the enemy horizontally from just like another direction. It shoots so fast, but there is if you take the Conference Call and then you get a shield called the bee has an ability where it's like as long as you have shield, all of your damage is amped. And that includes like any extra damage that like your guns deal. And so with the Conference Call and the bee, you can just shred bosses in seconds, and it's so much fun. I see that's the part of Borderlands that I like, is then like trying to find the best, you know, combos for things and stuff. But anyway, so I think if you had played it with me, you would have had not as much fun, because I'd have been like, let's grind this one boss for hours. Doesn't that sound fun? I love how good you are at explaining games and how much you know about them. We should have done this pre-playthrough. Absolutely not. A legendary shotgun called the Conference Call. There's a joke in there from my like Zoom meeting. I just have to figure it out. It's from the maker of that gun is Hyperion, and all of their guns are called like are like businessy things. What's some of their guns? Right, I think it's Hyperion. Let's see. Why can't I find any of these? Why? Am I not in the right game? Maybe I'm not in the right... Wait. Which Borderlands is this? Anyway, all of their... At least maybe all of their legendary ones have, like, some kind of businessy term attached to it. It's great. Sounds like an Enter the Gungeon weapon. Yeah, absolutely. I like the Borderlands weapons that are like creative and how they shoot. I think from what I remember from 3, there's like a billion legendary weapons. Like there was almost too many to where they weren't that unique. Whereas in 2, the legendary weapons are all very like weird, and there's one legendary weapon that you get from a side mission where it's like it's incredibly strong, but when you shoot, your movement speed goes super slow and the gun screams at you. There's like, instead of like a normal like gun sound, I think in the side quest you had to load like an AI into the gun, and so it just screams every time you shoot, and it's very funny. But Creighton, I hope you have a great night. Get some sleep. I know you've been up for a bit, but thank you for coming in. Do you see Castle Crashers is getting an update? I did not. I've actually never played Castle Crashers before. Well, actually that's not true. I think I did. I think I played that at like a friend's house once. I've never owned it, I should say. But what are they adding to it? It's pretty wild that they're still supporting it. What was I going to say though? There was some like random news I was gonna mention. Oh, Bear's gone. I was gonna ask him about Subnautica 2. Next time, I'll ask him. I didn't look, but I saw something more about more character customization. Interesting. Are there more classes that they're adding? It's been a. I mean, didn't the game also just come to like PlayStation recently? Did anyone buy anything for Prime Day? Did anyone take part in consumerism? I did. Subnautica was so good. Can't wait for 2. So I haven't played any of the Subnauticas. I never got to finish it because my friends suck. Oh no, that is the one thing. Castle Crasher seemed. We definitely never finished it. It is very difficult. I've been hearing. I wanted to ask because I know Bear is a huge Subnautica fan, but there's been a lot of Subnautica 2 drama recently, and so I wanted to see if he had the scoop. I love the first one. Below Zero is a bit disappointing. IMO. I heard that. Having not really played or seen the first one, it's hard for me to know like why it's disappointing, but I've heard that sentiment. But there's been a lot of drama with Subnautica 2 right now. I took part in Consumerism Day. I bought a book and another book and also a book. What books did you buy? With Subnautica 2, so the studio a while back sold the studio to Crafton, which is a much bigger company that kind of has a bad reputation for like closing down studios and whatever. But about a month-ish ago, they got rid of all of the original heads of the studio who were all a part of Subnautica 1. And then, and it's sort of, well, I'll get to some explanations, but they got rid of all of them initially. And all of those people were sort of like, we're not fully sure necessarily why, but they kind of kept it like, PR friendly. But then, so I guess Subnautica 2 has had delays over the couple of years or whatever that it's been in development. Apparently, Krafton had made some kind of announcement, and I guess this has become public, but it was to all the devs working on the game that if they released the game by a certain point in 2025, they would split between all of the employees of the studio a $250 million bonus. So that would get that'd be split between all of the devs working on the game. So like the devs have been working very hard to get the game done. And it seems as though Krafton, the publisher, and now, I mean, they own the dev studio now, chose to delay the game to 2026. So the devs are not going to get that bonus. And recently the heads of the studio that were fired said that the game has been ready to be released in early access for a couple of months now. So from their side of things, Ponce, welcome in. How are you? So from the devs' perspective, or like the original ones, they said they kind of, by saying that, they're sort of like the devs deserve the bonus, and Krafton is just sort of delaying the game to get out of having to pay that like $250 million bonus or whatever. So currently the Subnautica subreddit is starting a campaign to just not buy Subnautica 2. But Krafton, this is where the drama is coming in. Krafton released a statement saying that the reason why they fired those devs was because they were working on other projects simultaneously or something like that. And it's sort of hard to tell where the truth is. Is that fully true? Is that whatever? From what we know, I mean, the ones that got fired said that the game is ready to be released in early access. And so, like, you know, were they already starting to work on other projects? Like, were they at a point where they were like, it's time to start moving on to the next thing or whatever? I'm not really sure. Krafton also said, and they didn't say that they will reinstate that $250 million bonus when the game releases. But they said, like, they basically said, like, we promised to reward them, or no, I can't remember the wording, but it was very vague and kind of like, we may or may not reward them in some way, but they didn't. But it no terms does it say that it's the same reward as what they were promising earlier, or even that it would be money or anything. It is just sort of like, you know, here's a pizza party, enjoy your boat. Publishers being evil, what? Trust me, bro, promise. Yeah. So in the Subnautica subreddit, it's very like anti buying Subnautica 2 right now. But yes, there's a lot of drama there. But I know Too Much to Bear is a big Subnautica fan, so I was going to ask if he had followed that at all. Let's see, I bought a new D&D player handbook. I'm not a nerd. You are a nerd. I am a nerd. And the next 2 books in the series I'm reading, called Rivers of London. Ooh, that sounds like a cool series. What is that? So yeah, my coworker loves Subnautica. Tap, welcome in, Tap. How are you? That's how I know about the drama. Do you have any opinions on the drama, Opons? Also, I made it to Diamond in Apex. Have you ever... I struggled for about 10 matches, basically getting nothing done. Like, I barely scraping by. I played as Mirage and Alter my mains. I then played 2 matches as Vantage because I was like, I'm just gonna play somebody who's like sort of the meta right now. I played 2 matches as her. I got second place twice with like the past 10 games. I think I maybe had 2 kills overall over the course of all of them. I had in those 2 matches probably 6 or 7 kills between the 2 of them, and ended up then getting to Diamond. And so I was like, is this what it's like just playing meta Legends? Is that what it's like? You just win? Is that what this is? That's a nice jacket. Thank you. It's new. I got it this week. I was very excited to wear it on stream. It's a Moose's Tooth. It's the pizza place that I go to. I got it from them. So since 1996, Moose's Tooth, Anchorage, Alaska. But thank you. But I'm doing pretty good, Tap. Doing pretty good. What have you been up to today? I never played the game, but I'm guessing the publisher is lying. That's it's kind of it. The setup for it sounds very. Hold on, Subnautica. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so there's a post on the Subnautica Reddit subreddit with 55,000 upvotes. And it says, do not buy Subnautica 2. The publisher, Krafton, has fired all 3 original founders of Unknown Worlds, which is the studio that made Subnautica, and delayed the game to 2026 so that the devs wouldn't receive $250 million in bonuses. Do not support these shady business practices. Do not buy Subnautica 2. So there's like, yeah. So anyway, but then I don't see the response. Is it this? Anyway. It's very good. It's kind of a detective whodunit series, but with history, folklore, and paranormal mixed in. Highly recommend. I love like detective and whodunit stuff, so that sounds very fun. Lawn work today, so a lot of outside time with the angry son, but home and decompressing now. Oh, so good. Tap. Do you have any interest in watching some music videos before we get into the game? That'd be a good way to decompress. You know what? Fair. You work for Krafton. What else did Krafton do? Would love to. Well, then I have some. Krafton. What they were. There was something that they did. There was some company that they're known for, like, they bought a studio. Everyone was really excited about this game that the studio is working on, and then they just, like, closed it down. And I can't remember who it is, but. Okay, well then, I've got some music videos. Friends, we're gonna transition into music video time, which I often do. For those that don't know, I love music videos, and we've lately had a habit of like watching a bunch of them and then like talking about the editing and stuff. So we're gonna do that. But hold on, I have so many random things here. Let me delete. I have just random stuff in my OBS. Should have done this probably before stream, but there we go. Perfect. I don't like music or videos or streams or Twitch or games. No, what are you doing here? So I generally, yeah, they're not gonna like this. Makeda's not gonna like this. Again, I love music videos, and we've talked about the editing in a lot of these. These, I will say, I have 4 music videos and a 5th bonus video. That's like not really a music video, but the 5th one will be more about the editing. The 4th one will be partially the editing, but kind of the story, the story being told. That might be my favorite sound-based command anywhere. It makes me laugh every time. Well, it's perfect. It's perfect for us because Reddit would hate this stream in general, so it's great. I'm lost. I was looking for the library. I was searching for a library, but I found Twitch, and now I can't leave. For those that don't know, a big fan of music videos. I grew up watching music videos. I think they're the coolest. I think there's like a good way to do music videos. And there's so many different types. There's some that are more just like visual, that are just supposed to be visually interesting. There are some that are supposed to be more like they tell a story. We've looked at some where it's more of like, more about the editing and kind of like cool visual stuff. The first 4, that's right, the first 4 are more narrative, but they're so cool. They're some of my favorite music videos. And also the songs are great. And I think you will at least have heard the first one. I am pretty positive. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yep. Sorry, that was probably very loud. Get this into place. I like this song. It's such a good song. So this is M83, Midnight City. The reason why we're watching 4 of them is this is a part of a quadrilogy of music videos that all share the same universe and story. And that's part of the reason why I like it. We'll get into the other reason why I really like this. But there is some cool editing, but this is more about the narrative. But I think there's still some things we can pause and like look at and learn. The 5th one that I have that's not a part of M83 is more we can talk about the editing and stuff. And it's sort of like it is technically a music video, but it's like a minute long, so it's like easy to sort of break down. But anyway, if you've not heard this song, it's one of my faves. I love M83. I've been a big fan of theirs for a very long time. And I love this album is incredible. It's a double album. And it's so good. But anyway, this is part 1 of the quadrilogy. And it's more cinematic. Like, it's definitely trying to tell more of a story, which I'm here for because it's great. It also involves people with superpowers, and I'm here for it. I love superpowers. Give me the X-Men. It also has like that 80s. A little spoopy with children where their eyes glow, but we can see even here. So not everything in this, because we've talked a lot about like timing things to the beat, but you can see, is this a Stranger Things prequel? This came out, I feel like around when, actually, I don't know. This may have been pre-first season, but like, I feel like it was around that time. So it definitely has a Stranger Things vibe, I think. you will see, so they're staring at the door, and then because they have like telekinesis and some other mind things. The door, when it busts, is like time to the beat. You can like, there's like a do 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 do, and it's anyway, it explodes at when that starts, but not everything in this is time to the beat, but it's great for this. They also love, whoever directed this loves putting the, like, if this is considered the chorus, I don't know if this is what you would call this, the bridge, I don't know, but loves doing slow motion running to the bridge. And you know what? I'm here for it. It's very satisfying. In some of the other music videos, there is slow motion running to the bridge. Alex, you've come at a perfect time. But Stranger Things is only influenced from Akira. Everything always leads to Akira. So fair. M83 is a French band. And so I feel like this also is it's very French in some ways. There's some French aspects. Some Frenchness. Honestly, a lot of this, I feel like you could learn, like, there's probably more like, again, this is more a cinematic sort of music video than it is like, you know, time to the beat or whatever. But like, you can see there's a lot of things like establishing shots, like, you know, yeah, it zooms in at the character stuff, but then we have like a wide shot seeing an establishing shot. It establishes that the characters are moving to this like warehouse, you know, or whatever. And most of the shots when they first get in there are kind of wider, and then it's more like, you know, up close and stuff. So it's sort of, you know, setting up. That's like a cinematic movie thing, you know, that could be helpful if you're ever recording something, but the rock hitting the window, time to the music. The song was saturated, but I agreed. But I love M83, so I'm here for it. But so I was explaining, this is a part 1 of 4 music videos that are all tied together. So we're gonna watch all of them. It also involves, again, kids with superpowers, which is like, I will watch anything just about with superpowers. Also, I don't know if this is intentional, but in this part, because I can't tell if it's intentional, because it's like, I can't tell if it's like on beat exactly, but I feel like all of his footsteps are almost to the beat of this song. I kind of went too far back, but the kid who's going to be walking here, and he like walks up some steps. I feel like it's almost to the beat, sort of. It's enough that I'm like when his foot falls, I feel like it's keeping the same tempo. But maybe I'm just noticing that because it's like close enough or something. I like this shot where you can see his friends in the background. Also, there's a saxophone about to come in, and it just is incredible. They're using their powers. They're bringing the sun down, I think. I wonder how they did that. I mean, Like, how did they bring the sun down? Just kidding. So, even though this is creepy, I love this shot. I think it's so cool. Squirrel saxophone GIF, yeah. There is, hold on, we're gonna go back for a second. There is a, there's actually a live version of the song that is so good because they have the band, and then when the saxophone comes in, the sax guy comes from like backstage, and he's like up on this like the stage is built where the center kind of has like a ramp that goes up. Like it's not super high up above, but it's like it's just a little bit higher up. The sax guy comes from back there, so he starts at the very top of the ramp and then like makes his way down. But the crowd goes wild when he like starts doing the sax part, and it's just so good. I can tell that he probably loved that moment. That would be, I'd live for that. But Sassy, welcome in. I want to say, I wonder how they did. Obviously the eyes are post-production, you know, CG, whatever, After Effects or whatever. I wonder how they did the lighting change for them, because I don't know if that was, that it feels almost so smooth that it like I feel like it has to be practical. Like it goes from to do like kind of show the sun setting. It goes from being like a warm light to kind of a darker, cool light as their eyes glow, and I wonder if that. It seems more practical to me. I will say I love the shot where they're just all coolly just standing with their eyes glowing and the camera is like slowly panning back. I think that is such a dope shot. I want to do that. I'm gonna tell YV, stand here for a second. I need you to stand here. I'm gonna get a dolly to move the camera back. We're gonna look cool. Trust me. Gotta love the sax. But look, I like this. It's like the change is like, it's so, I feel like they must have done something. I feel like it's a practical effect. I wish there was behind the scenes. But I love this. Just all standing, like, not moving. Just so cool. Just aura maxing. So this is part one. Introduces the kids with superpowers and whatever. But then we have a part two. And again, I love M83. I think they are such a great band. Pause. Sorry. I wish there was a way I could, like, by default tell OBS, like, when I put a video in here, don't autoplay it. I need to get everything set up. I could do that through Studio, but then it's Studio mode, but it's difficult because the video doesn't show up. So, like, it doesn't show up on the audio monitor and stuff. This is also M83. This is part two. This is called Reunion. You will see there's conflict now in this. There is also more slow motion running to the bridge or chorus or whatever part of the music that is. I don't know music that well. And cool effects. There's also a Beastie Boys reference that I will point out to you. And yeah. So it picks up right where they left off. But oh, we have somebody in here. Some of the cuts are timed to the beat, like that. The close up. We introduced girl with intense stare and things on her head. But oh, what's happening to this girl? And this other girl's very focused. Is she doing something to this girl from remotely? Maybe. More of the 80s feel from M83. We have adults tracking them. Oh, okay, so here is the reference. Adam Yauch, I think this was around the time he was a member of the Beastie Boys. He passed away, and I think he passed away right before this released. And so it says Adam Yauch. Yauch? I actually don't know how to say his last name. Avenue, and it's going to switch to Sabotage Avenue or Street or whatever. So, and Sabotage being one of the Beastie Boys songs. What's happening to these kids? I know. It's wild. But anyway. Also, that's a super cool nod. Yeah, it is. But also the light beam is timed to the music as well. She doing something. She's evil child introduced. So they're like tracking them. They're trying to get to the beam of light. No. I also don't know the full lore of this. It doesn't fully make sense to me, but that's okay. I just appreciate the story, I think, for what it is. We gotta go. We gotta go. Yacht. Thank you, Johnso. Slow motion running incoming. I don't know why. This shot, I think, is super cool. One, it is time to the music where they switch to that scene, but for some reason, the long hair just kind of like, it just fits this perfectly. And the fact that it's slow motion. Again, this director's like, chorus is incoming, or this is the chorus. Slow motion running. We gotta do it. But I know they're closing in on them. While this girl sits. Also, we get lots of J.J. Abrams light leaks. That's what that's called. Like when the beams of light are sort of like, you know, like that. J.J. Abrams, where is he? He's loving this. We can't run forever. A showdown. Uh-oh. Some more cool aura maxing. Her eyes are turning red. His eyes turned red. He's possessed her, or she's possessed him. I guess that's something that she can do. I wonder how you, like, direct a child to look evil. To be like, I need you to stare into the middle distance and look evil. But this feels very Stranger Things also. But look, other children have arrived that also have powers. And they totally killed that man. But she gets snapped out of it. Is she not evil? Question mark? Was she under some kind of control? Is my interpretation. I will say, it actually took me a bit to realize what kind of happened there. But I think something, again, the lore and story is a little hazy, but I think getting hit by that car, I don't know if it like snaps her out of whatever. I think she's like obviously being used by whatever company this is. But it's interesting knowing what happens in the next music video. I think it's neat. There's like a slow motion like of her like kind of getting up from the chair, but you see like the adults are all focused on the computers. They don't see that she's getting out of the chair, which anyway will lead to what happens in the next video. Kind of blocking it, but it's a neat little, I don't know. Promise ice cream and threaten to take away said ice cream. That's what happens. Then the kids go to a church. Then they put their arms out. They're all lighting up. That's the end of this song. There's technically, this is another song, this bridge or whatever. And they're like, now that's them. That light is supposed to be them. They're like flying out into space now. For why? Who knows? Are they aliens? They're not aliens. I know that's what you're thinking, but they're not, because the lore shows that they're not aliens, probably. That happened to a guy I knew. So the 80s were a wild time. 80s France was a bit unpredictable. Okay, there is now this one. This is part 3. This is called Wait, and Wait has one of the best like build-ups. It starts off very slow, but I love the slow build-up leads to like the music really like kicking in, and I really love it. This one, I will say, Opance, not necessarily inspired by Akira, but is inspired a bit by Princess Mononoke for the Ghibli fans. There is some heavy Princess Mononoke vibes from this one. But yeah, this is called Wait. Again, starts off slow, but it does pick up. And it's kind of interesting, I think. The visuals of this, I think, are very, very good. Am I a little confused as to what happens? I feel like it skips a few like story beats. But okay, so that's them again rising up into the heavens. They've left Earth. And they are inside of these geometric shapes. Somehow. Why? I don't know. Where did the shapes come from? They're not spaceships. They're just kind of like containers, I guess. I was gonna say coffins, but that's not right because they're alive. And again, a lot of this isn't time to music or anything, but it definitely fits the like airy vibe of the singing and stuff. And then we get the girl from the second video. She's just walking around. I assume she broke free from the company. And we can see that the world isn't doing too good. Unexplained exactly what happened. But I can't tell if this is her doing. It could be her doing. Maybe that is what's happening. We get some cool shots, though. We see people fighting. A white vulture. And wolves. Explode. I don't know, like, where did the explosions come from? Is that her? Maybe. I don't know. But she's all alone. All of the other children left, I guess, is what is happening. But it's actually very interesting because so like the the song very much has like a loneliness vibe to it, and so I think it's definitely supposed to, or the music video is supposed to be, I think, kind of from her perspective of like being alone / whatever. And then, okay, it skips to this point where she's going to be in this desert. I can't tell. I think it's supposed to imply that time has just gone on. And it's not that she's just now in a desert. I think this is supposed to be like, this is kind of what the world looks like now. I think there is some kind of time skip, even though she is like the same age. That is my interpretation. Or maybe it's not a time skip. Maybe it's just she decimated everything. Maybe that's what it is. But she pulls from the ground some kind of water. It starts floating. Again, there's some like story gaps where I'm a little confused, but it's French and artsy, so what can we say? You can also tell it's artsy because it has the black bars on the top and bottom. So it's very film cinematic. But it seems like the kids in the thing are waking up in their prisons. And now they're going hyperspeed. Also, I always look at the right. I feel like that looks like music. Like they are zooming now. Absolutely zooming. And as we can hear, it looked the same to me too. Yeah, like I almost wonder if it was like Audacity or like the music edit or something. And then are these series of music from this? These are. Don't Wake Us, We're Dreaming or something like that. I think is the name of it. And we get a lot of just like CG visual stuff, but when that scream happens, there's like or not scream, but that singing happens, it cuts to a lot of I feel like what they're showing on the screen seems to match a little bit. And I think, again, it's supposed to, this is showing like the girl on Earth is making this anew, because we get like oh, that was creepy. Like it looks like DNA and cells, and we get rays and birds coming out of the ocean. There's now ocean instead of the desert. There's now all these trees. And then this is where the Princess Mononoke influence comes in. Like super cool costume. But there's a cool shot coming up where she's just like sitting there and the two white wolves are on either side. I'm like, I don't want to be in a shot like that. They're coming back to Earth. He's outside. I don't know how he's alive. He is re-entering the atmosphere right now. Such anime. You can see another one of them in the background. Good thing. Yeah, this shot looks dope. It's definitely like, you can kind of tell she's actually like looks very natural. If you look closely, you can tell the wolves are definitely like CG'd. But I wonder if either they had her in there or if they used like a drone or something to like record that and then also just photoshopped her in, or like After Effects her in there. But I wonder, like, because I don't know, it's with the leaves and stuff, I feel like that'd be very difficult to make it look decent. But he's fine somehow. He lands okay. There are some great songs on this album, though, that aren't a part of this thing. So then, all right. So these 3 music videos released all within like within 2 years. All released within 2 years, and that was kind of it. Well, like 2 or 3 years ago, they released a part 4, and I was like, ah, when it happened. I was flipping out because I loved the trilogy, and I love this album. I think it's one of their best albums. But this is a part 4. And it's maybe a little bit more intense, question mark. But very good cinematic directing, I would say. It is not as long of a song or anything, but it's very good. Autumn 2001. The first music video, I think, was just after 2001. Like, the song is called My Tears Are Becoming an Ocean. We have Pregnant Woman, Backseat. Frantic father driving. Terrible driving. And good acting from these guys. I will say before we continue, there's a lot of really cool. So like, I've heard like interviews with directors, and one of the things they say, like, if you're trying to show the intensity of something or whatever, like, you usually want to have the camera up really close. And to keep you kind of in the action, and they kind of do that even with the driving as well. Like, the camera, like, as it is outside of the car, still stays really close to it, so you're kind of like still in the action. But you know, a lot of these shots are like close-ups on their faces and stuff, which I think keeps you in the, like, you know, in the moment and the intensity of it all. She is very pregnant. As is the moment, you know? Emotionally. He crying? Ruh-roh? Time to the beat? Oh, it's because I have that car flipping. Bro? Cool shot. It's technically a prequel to the series of the previous ones. But they land safely. Despite the fact that the impact would have been, like, I mean, that's probably most of the damage, TBH. But I guess they're kind of just suspended in there. I guess so the baby saved them. And there's a funny Easter egg. Oh, wait. Hold on. missed it. There you go. There's a poster above the there's a poster right here on the wall. The poster is a shot from the first music video where the kids are all standing there with their eyes glowing and the lights behind them. Anyway, just a fun little Easter egg. I'm also gonna lower the volume because there's something that jump scares me every time. But I'm pretty positive that's supposed to be the kid with the very short hair who was in like all of the videos. Also, I think that's a callback to Reunion, where they have the truck and they like crush it and throw it at the guy. The knocking the first time made me jump out of my chair. It was so loud. But anyway, so I guess, yeah, so this is all a prequel. I guess that's how, or My Tears Are Becoming a Sea. That's what it's called, not Ocean. Anyway, so those are the 4 music videos. If you don't listen to M83, highly recommend them. They are so very good. So very good. The album, I believe, is called Don't Wake Us, We're Dreaming. It's two discs, or 2, sections of a Spotify list. They're fantastic. I can listen to it fully, just about, I think, without any skips. One day I'd like to see a thing where old people finally get magic powers after decades of normalcy. I would watch that, Alex. I would definitely watch that. It's always kids, isn't it? Well, it is. Like, I know X-Men, it's supposed to be like right around the time they hit puberty is always when they get their mutant powers. So yeah, it would be fair if give the oldies a chance, When do the pensioners get their chance? Let's wind it back. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna run ads real fast, and then I'm also downloading another video that's not M83, but it's one that I forgot to download. Because I think you guys will find it interesting. Pronounce wind or wind. Which one? Let's wind it back, because yeah. He's telekinetic, but exactly. I mean, I would watch that. I think that'd be very fun. I think that has the opportunity to be great, I think. Shady, how are you? We were just watching some music videos. Oh, let me download. It's downloading. I need to make sure it downloads the... Yep. Don't show this again. The 1080p. There we go. I'm loving Echoes of Wisdom so much I can't stop playing. That's essentially the plot of Logan, right? Oh, you know what? I mean, it is sort of, right? I kind of forgot about that. But I mean, he's had his powers for a bit. It would be cool if it's just like they're just learning, They're just learning about their powers, but they're like 70. I'm glad you're enjoying Echoes of Wisdom, though. That's very fun. Tap is also playing Echoes of Wisdom. That's what he's streaming. Okay, so actually there's 2 more videos I have for you. The first one, I'm gonna get it set up while ads are playing. This one is another Chemical Brothers music video. This one is really neat though, and uses a cool technology. I'm doing it all out of order. I love you can just climb over all. I know it's so great. What Tappin and Shady? What have been your most used? Like besides the bed, which has been your most used echo? I was gonna say yeah. I know. Besides the bed. I'm trying to look for. What is the name of this? Right. Okay. It's cool to see the build your own solution carry over as a driving force. Yeah, absolutely. The one that I ended up using the most is oh, I'm forgetting it. It's like the giant plant that spins, that floats around. That ended up being my most used. Just about. Like with almost any enemy, it was like if I could summon that, it's great. The Dark Knight level 3, I saw your some of your clips using it. And I was like, I wonder if that's his most used one. At the moment, I'm so rich with Tri-Juice that I can wipe most enemies with high tier attacks. That one is very strong. I'd say that probably any of the projectile users, boomerangs or spears. Actually true though. Boomerang Moblin. I forget what the spinny thing is. My clips? Oh, wait. Sorry. Your names are so close that I got confused. Wait, because Tap's been using I remember you've been using Darknet in some of your clips. Your names are so close in color that I just blended them all. Okay, yeah, that's kind of I think because I saw you using it in one of your TikTok clips. I think that's maybe why I also got confused. It's the color. It's the color mostly. But what's the spinny thing? Anyway, I use that. It's great because it floats, so it can get flying enemies. It has a decent amount of health. The P hat, yes, I think. Yeah. I just that was like, anytime I could, that's what I would summon. Okay, so this is a Chemical Brothers music video called Wide Open. And it uses a really neat tech for the video that we'll talk about also. This one is different from their other ones, though it's still very visually interesting. It's not as like timed to the beat or anything, but it's still very cool. I think you guys will like the effect of it. It is mostly someone dancing. So, and honestly, the like when you know how they did this, also the music is great. It's like it's a bop. It's a bit of a bop. But the way they did this is kind of insane. I think Beck is singing for people who like Beck. Beck is great. Oh? She does look familiar. I don't know why, but yes, I agree. She does look familiar. I think at the very least, like, even though this is not necessarily like edited to like a beat, there's definitely like you can see the importance of like choreography and timing it to music and like, you know, and that stuff. That's Sonoya Mizuno. She was in a show called Devs on Hulu. Also House of the Dragon. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've not seen either of those, but I must have seen pictures of her then, because I was like, she does look familiar. But yeah, now her arm and her torso or this like hollow thing. Dev's had such an amazing ethereal feel. I like it. I love it a lot. I don't know anything about it. What kind of show is it? And Offerman is in it. Very cool. So now her other leg is transparent or hollow. Tech sci-fi Alex Garland philosophical. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to check it out. So how they're doing this, she's actually like this whole time, her skin and stuff has been CG. She's actually wearing a suit called an Accents suit that is used for motion capture. And that's actually how they do it for a lot of movies and video games now. It's like, if you've ever seen, like behind the scenes video game stuff and they're wearing these black suits, sometimes they used to have like the old ones where it has like the little white, like ball things, like markers. The Accent suit doesn't have that. It just has like a skeleton basically on the inside that then is like, can be live looked at while they're acting, while they're dancing or whatever. And you can actually have people like live controlling a 3D model while like they're in the suit and stuff. It does like it, and it is fairly accurate. There is a streamer who's mostly like a VTuber kind of, Code Miko or something like that. She actually has, so her like avatar that she was using for a while was like, is a 3D model. And it's like, instead of it being like a VTuber just like flat on a screen with like a, you know, color background or something, it's like she is in like a 3D scene and she will move around and pick up stuff and whatever. But she showed it off, like the tech that she was using, and she would use an Accent suit. So while she would stream, she was wearing like a full body suit. It even like can attach to your head and stuff. Madrigal, welcome in. It has like a hood sort of that can also kind of then track like your head movements and stuff. But anyway, she would live do that. And I think that's insane. Accents also makes like gloves that also then track all of your fingers and stuff too. But so they use that for this. And I know it's not, this was more of like a tech demo, I think, than anything. The Mill, which is credited right before all these names. The Mill is a studio that does like movies and video games and whatever. I think this was like in partnership with The Mill and also like the Accent suit to show off what is possible and like how smooth it is and whatever. The guy I did work for, who was a motion capture stunt guy, he did a lot of work with Accent suits. And so I got to kind of see like firsthand kind of like how that stuff is done. And he like owned his own one. So he would like just record stuff at home and like make these different CG things. And it was just very cool. But anyway, so that's a thing. But then one last one. And for those who want something more practical, I actually have something that is, I can help you with practical editing. And I don't know, I can't remember who first sent this to me, but I send this to so many people now. It is one of my favorite videos on YouTube. But I rewatched this because I sent this to someone. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is such a good video to talk about editing. So that's what we're going to do. This is made by Value Select, and the video itself is called "Send This to a Fellow King." But the editing is what we're going to talk about, and it's a very short. It's only 20 seconds long. We'll watch it once. I love this so much. So great editing, and it kind of is like a perfect like encapsulation of a lot of the things we'll talk about. So let's break it down. One, you're gonna see, starting us off, that like the music like repeats that and every time it does, it cuts to a different like sequence. And it's also like that drum hit or whatever it is in the background is what it's timed with. I also like with the "Hey King" one, he's also like kind of like moving his hand towards the camera. When he does that, the camera zooms in, so it edits to get closer, and it helps with the impact of that phrase or whatever. And it really works. And a lot of this seems to be just him shot in front of like a green screen. I would imagine the camera is probably like just on a tripod. There's a few shots where it's like his full body. I wonder if they just kind of kept it there, or if they did a few where it was like more zoomed in. Because it's in front of a green screen, you can sort of just like, you know, key out the green screen and then just edit and zoom in. They just have this like psychedelic paint ink background or whatever, but you'll see like there's so many different, like at the end of a phrase he'll point or do something and it's always on beat. It is always on beat with a thing. Or setting up the next line, or you drop this, like the hand, it's blocking me. You drop this, the hand is like ready on the beat and in time with like the words and the music and stuff. He points at art, like it's like that. It's just so well edited and timed that I feel like every end of phrase word is like has a nice little punch to it. Going back, one thing that you can do with like a green screen, and we talked about this with that one like K-pop music video where they were shot in front of like a black screen, where like they layered a bunch of like the same person was like cut out, but like they were they were on the screen multiple times. It's very easy to do that when you have like you know, a green screen, or if you were shooting in front of a white screen or a black screen, whatever, as long as the lighting is consistent, it's easy to sort of like then cut and layer things. And so here we have like the few times where there's two of him on the screen. It just looks very simple. And it looks very like natural. And it's just like even the transitions from the lines, like where it has two, like one will move away, but the other one like starts immediately with even like emotion. So you're more like looking over there and stuff. And this is great. With the "You're My Best Friend and I Love You So Much," the song is the vocals are layered. Like it's him saying that a few different times. You can watch the other two because it then brings with that line, it brings up duplicates, but they're actually not singing. They're actually just doing a little dance, but it works. Like it you almost don't notice that because you're focused on the person in the middle typically. But it fits the, what's happening, the audio, which is great. That's good editing. And we also have some zooms here. Makeda, have a good night. Also, I lied. I like music and videos and streams and Twitch and games. Oh no, the lies. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good night. I think it's friend and much because it's you're my best friend and I like you so much or love you so much. Because there's like a emphasis on that, and also with like the dancing, he's kind of like going forward. The camera also zooms in on those words, and it adds a nice little punch to it. And now you can see it. Zoom. And you can also see the woo perfect is also very much timed with it. And let's just watch it one more time so you guys can now see it all together. You can see all the timed cuts, all the zooms, the swipes and wipes of the different versions of him and stuff. It's such a well edited video. I don't know if he also does Value Select does a bunch of like comedic stuff on YouTube. I don't know if he is also the editor or if it's multiple people, but it's very well done. So good. Anyway, those are the videos I had to show you guys. I was like, I should end on one that's like way more practical because the other ones that I showed, not practical, not those. The other ones were just more cinematic, fun stuff. But I feel like you can still learn from some of those other ones, but that one for the streamers, for the editors, for the people who like to make content. Now I hope you have a great day. Getting more vocally aggressive gets me. I also love that. I mentioned the other day that like I lost my Windblown save, and I had to contact the PR person that gave me a code, and he helped me actually recover something that I had lost. Which was an exclusive skin that there was no way for me to get back, except with that old save. And I sent him this video because I was like, I have no way to repay you for your help. And so I sent him that. But it's great. And if you guys have not sent that to a fellow king, you should, because it's great. I think someone sent it to me, I think, and then I was like, I love this so much. It has now become one of the videos that I send to people because I think it is just fantastic. Let's see. Music? There we go. Anyway, so that's I hope that is helpful in some way. I know people have said that they like the practical talk of editing, so I figured, you guys could indulge me with the cinematic ones, and then I would try to show you guys some editing ones, so that way, there's we all get something out of this. I get to show you guys cool music videos that I like, and then hopefully, if you're interested in editing, you learn something. You get to take away something out of that. But I would watch for people who do edit stuff, or again, content creators. Like there's still stuff you can apply to then like your clips and edits and all that stuff. But I would watch that value select video and again on your own time and see like what you think of the edits, and like, do you notice anything else? Like, is there, you know, that's, you know, makes it easier to watch or fun to watch or whatever. It would be interesting to find a music video that is not edited well, to sort of like show a contrast of like, this is what I would do differently. But that, I think, feels also very rude in a way. Because I mean, I would hate if somebody was like, now let me show you what I would do differently, and it's like my stream or something, you know? So, I mean, granted, I'm sure the feedback would be nice, but so maybe I won't do that on stream. Maybe I would save that for the Patreon or something. So that way, it feels a little bit more, it feels less public. I can think of one music video already that I've mentioned before in one of our talks where I was like, the editing, there's a few things that kind of I felt were weird. And I know how I would fix it, but anyway. Well, friends, it's almost 2 hours in. We can play some Windblown for like an hour and then kind of call it. I think that would be decent. I wasn't sure what to play today. But I'm just in a Windblown mood. Donkey Kong comes out next week. I also learned that the Drifter also comes out next week. And I want to play both of those. Steam Deck. Hello. There it is. It felt like it'd be a while, but alas, what felt like it'd be a while? Donkey Kong? Like Donkey Kong's release? The Donkey Kong game, yeah. I'm glad it's like kind of snuck up on me a little bit. I haven't actually purchased it yet. I was going to get a physical copy, but now I'm like, do I get a digital? Or do I get a physical? Either have I. Yeah, I need to. I wish I could get the amiibo, but it's so expensive. I think I'm not going to get it. The amiibo is like $40 or something. And the game is already expensive. So, you know. I was hoping that Nintendo would announce a Switch 2 version of the voucher program, only to find out that they are just doing away with it entirely. Right? Right? I just saw that not long ago. You mean a trophy for your digital download? Is it, well, an amiibo would be great. I want the amiibo too, but I also need to stop collecting so much stuff. Also true. You know, sometimes there's like a non-official version of the amiibo comes out. So I might try to get that. Wink, wink. Why can't you guys... Oh, the sound is coming from my Steam Deck. Hold on. Like... Nope. Hello? Yeah, it's coming out of... That's... Hello? I've heard the physical games could... So some of them do. It just depends. Not all of them are the digital... Yeah, some games don't. They're called virtual game card keys. But as far as I know, it's mostly third-party games opting for that route, whereas Nintendo has not. Also notably, Cyberpunk is all on cartridge. I did hear that. Is it this? Here we go. Yeah, so it's not all of them. Wait, now I can't see the video. What was happening? I can hear it now. But yeah, I think Donkey Kong is all on cartridge. Hold on. Steam Deck. It's only you that does this to me. Probably go digital. I was also thinking, I was trying to decide, do I play it on launch day or do I give people like a couple of days to play it? Like, do I start it on like Saturday or something? Or also for some reason it's not showing anymore for me. Maybe it's because is it the game? It is. Okay, hold on. So hold on, let's stop. Which way? Lessons versus spoilers. Well, it's more that I feel like when I play a game on launch day, I feel like most people are like, oh, yay, I'm excited. Sorry, I can't watch though because I'm playing it. So I kind of was like, do I at least try to give people a few days of like, you know, playing it themselves so that, you know, people get a little bit ahead. But on the flip side, okay, here we go. We're all good now. On the flip side, I feel like when a game comes out, usually streaming it on that day is usually better for like people coming in. But fair, I'll be here even if no one else is, since I don't own the Switch 2. Fair. So I don't know, but also the Drifter comes out the same day. And that makes me like feel like, I don't know, I could play the Drifter instead on that day, and then on Saturday start Donkey Kong or something. So I don't know. The Drifter is that Australian point and click game where it's fully voiced. So I don't know yet. I'll decide. I unlocked some. Well, I've done like 2 runs since the last stream. I'm still trying to unlock everything, or what I want, anyways. Let's unlock Kunai and let's also unlock Lucky Boosts. So I lost my save for this game, and I have to now unlock everything. I've mostly been my favorite skin, but now I'm trying to get there's a couple of skins that you can only beat this guy to get. So now that's what I'm doing. I almost played today, by the way. The root trees are dead. But I wasn't sure if you were going to be around, Sassy. So, and plus, I don't think we're going to stream for very long. So I think this works best. Oh, perfect. The boomerang is also one of my favorite weapons. This is great. Refillable flask. or echoing hits? Let's do refillable flask. I feel like that's gonna be. Love me some long-range weapons. I do love this game. I love that it's also fairly easy for me to play in chat at the same time while we play. Yeah, I figured, I was like, oh, I bet people are gonna be busy, so that's why I saved it, because I figured you'd want to be here to watch it, since you've mentioned it quite a bit. And Raisin Brand, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resub and for being a Prime Gamer. How are you? How's your day going? Hope you're having a fantastic one. Dead. Dodge. Necromancy kills heal you for 4%. Let's do that. My day is I'm just waiting for my monitor to get here. Ooh, new monitor. That's exciting. How is this going to be? What number monitor is this? Yeah, I really want to see how you solve some of it. I don't think I had to use any hints, but I do think I solved things in not the normal way. Well, you know that I notoriously sometimes don't solve things the normal way, so maybe we'll solve it the same way. Ooh, you're replacing all of it. What kind? Ooh, is it like a huge monitor? If you're replacing all of them? Ooh, what? How large is it? I was just, you know what's funny is I was thinking, I was like, you know, I've never really had, I have an LG monitor as like my second monitor, and it's how I have like my game, and then I have my computer over here. And I was like, you know, if my monitor were to die, it would be a nightmare because I would be like, what am I supposed to do? It would be so difficult to be on a one monitor system for a bit. If I was unable to like get a second monitor right away. Dang, 49-inch, incredible. Well, I hope it gets there fast, and I hope it's everything you dream of. That's very cool. Mine was pretty cheap. But like, had just enough good reviews for me to be like, okay, this is probably alright. For those that have never seen, this is Windblown. It's a roguelike, very fun. It's made by the Dead Cells team, and I love it. It is also co-op. I've never played it co-op, but apparently it is much more difficult in co-op as well. I'm doing attack speed. Because the boomerang spins faster the higher the attack speed. I had no idea it was made by the Dead Cells team. I really enjoy the game. Yeah. So yeah, it's very well done. It's still in early access, but they're still supporting it. Ow. Well, obviously. Well, actually, that's not always obvious. There's plenty of early access games where it's like, and there hasn't been an update in forever. But they've been updating it fairly regularly with new weapons and trinkets and new biomes and levels and stuff, so it's very, very cool. You can play with three players can play together. But we're unlocking, so again, my save got lost, and so I've been having to re-unlock everything. And so I'm basically starting from scratch. Let's do this for now. Because currently it does not have cloud saves. Which makes me sad. Let's get this. Upgrade our ultra laser. This guy's here. You can now, like, so I unlock this. Greetings, I'm Captain Triple Mug, the one in charge on board. Hey, you stuck your foot in my eye, George. Shut up, Francis. Ahem. I've been told you're a loyal customer, so I'm granting you access to my exclusive VIP thrift shop. If you want to upgrade your gear, I can check what I have in stock. It comes at a price, you know? Everything is negotiable here. So I can now upgrade my weapons and stuff. You can upgrade each one twice. You can also, some of them come with, like, the higher they are, they'll come with, like, additional benefits. Like, this one is plus 60% damage to all enemies that are affected by goo. You can re-roll those additional effects. Gotta head out. Thanks so much for the music video examination. Always super fun. Now I'll have to think of which one's next time. I don't have any ready. But thank you for being here, Tap. Always good to have you. Says it's arriving today, but it's not out for delivery yet. Fair, fair, fair. Raisin, where are you? Whereabouts in the world are you? I saw one of my Amazon Prime Day things has shipped. I need to look today. Today's the last day for Amazon Prime. I need to look at something. To see, I need to check reviews for a thing. Is this the exit? No. Let's see, because I think something that I was interested in for my Australia trip is on sale, but I need to see if it's compatible with my iPhone. You're in Bama. Oh, interesting. Very cool. Okay, well, I hope it goes out on delivery then. Ranged weapons, total damage 25%. There's nothing that well, maybe I'm gonna swap this out first. I'm gonna keep that there. We can come back. I have the ability to unlock more slots now for these, like, upgrades, but I need to unlock them. So if there happens to be one here, maybe we can come back and get that. Because extra damage is always nice, but this one that I just swapped out, it's probably it's all range damage is 25% more, whereas the other one was 25% if the enemy is, like, alone. Right? Or maybe it's if there's no other enemies near me or something. Anyway. What I'm playing today, this is a game called Windblown. It's a roguelike. It's a favorite game of mine of recent times. But it's just a fun game that I can, like, chat and fight things. So it's always fun. I really like it. Just a action-packed, deadly explosion. Action-packed, fast-paced game. It's just easy also to, like, pick up and play and then put down. There's no, like, I mean, there's a very, like, There's a very loose story, so it's not like, you know, I don't have to pay attention to anything. We'll be starting Donkey Kong next week, so feels alright to just play something like this. I almost played more Ruffy today, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. We're just trying to survive, beat bosses, get to the next level, unlock things that makes future runs easier. Yeah. But how are you, Erica? How's your day? Ooh, boomerang upgrade. More damage and alter attack bonus. We love it. We take it. Did you get your save data? Yeah, so that one was, has cloud saves, so I didn't lose anything. It looks like most of my games had cloud saves, so it's fine. It's just this one doesn't have it yet. So, it's this old lady. Wait, what's this old lady? Off work until the 21st. That's so nice. Just took the time off. We have to break all of these because they give us monies. But yeah, I just wasn't sure what I was feeling today. And so I was like, this just is such an easy game to like pick up and play. And again, kind of like chat with you guys while doing it. That. Oh, Erica is this old lady. Let's see. Yeah, vacation week without actually going anywhere. We love a staycation. Who doesn't love a staycation? You know? I'm very on board. Let's do... I'll critical damage up. More like a clean the house type of vacation. You know what? Also good. We love a productive thing, you know? We love being productive. Okay, I think I swap out this. The kunai are okay, but they're not my favorite. We now have our fire wand. What do I want to... Let's do this one. Refreshing it. Ooh, let's do more attack speed. We all have ADHD, and the Doom didn't organize, only moved piles are taking over. I hear that. There are some that I, when I moved a while back, there were some things I was just like, I'm not going to unpack this. I don't even know if I'm going to need it, and I haven't. I really haven't, so... Critical damage 80%, but all other damage is minus 40. Let's just get money. Doesn't seem worth it. I didn't actually check. What is my... Oh, oh, wait. That is what we have. I should have swapped it out. It's fine. Darn those tomb piles. I hear ya. Look, most of mine are in, like, my storage closet, though, so they're not, like, in the way, necessarily, but they're definitely just, like, I just never unpack them. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Noise. We're getting stronger. See, I wish I could get one of these, but I can't because I don't have enough room. Just get my... Thank you for that check-in, Shady. Is he supposed to do something? Yes, it's the key. It's the key to the purple statue. Right. All those people who couldn't take it anymore, who no longer wanted Nelum. I shouldn't have done it. What have I done? The key. It glows. Ah, my head is going to explode. Take it away from me. I beg you. The pain is awful. We just unlocked a new biome with this. Okay, what do we got here? Better... Let's unlock this. Get our flask back. Then, let's re-roll. That's fine. We'll leave everything else the same. So now... Now we can unlock this. This biome is actually quite difficult. I don't know how well I'm gonna do because we don't have all of the things. Soon, I promise you. Watch over him. Explore the sanctuary. You're desecrating the sanctuary. Well, it's unfortunate. So I've got to keep an eye out for hidden areas. Nice. Last time I beat the level and then had to run. Oh. This guy. Ow. Oh, right, we can't get these because we have to beat this first. We have to beat the whole biome first before we can get some of these goodies. It's fine. There's a cool weapon you can get here called the Sentinel Wings, and I love it. As soon as I can, I will unlock it. Okay, we gotta keep an eye out for other stuff. Just in case. Going kind slow and make sure I don't miss anything. Boomerang? Sure. There's a great upgrade. Approach, Leaper. Hello, Leaper. Are you here for the blessing? I can help you. You too have the right to know the way to freedom. I will guide you on your journey through this sacred place. Find me further ahead, Leaper. I will be waiting for you. Okay. Let's do that. We love little bro. He shoots things for us. These two are going to be really annoying when they start shooting lasers. Ah! Again, we can't unlock it. Hiding anywhere? I don't know. Also, I don't know if we can get the skin until after we've beaten it once, but I guess we'll find out. I hope they add this hammer thing as a weapon at some point. I think it could be cool. More attack speed. Ooh. Break all of these. Sure. Found a couple of hidden areas. Maybe it's not going to be here. By performing the blessing, you will join those who resist the vortex. We are the resistance against the great injustice of this world. Like all these memories, we have suffered enough. We no longer want to be prisoners of the vortex. We no longer want to give it what defines us. We no longer want to lose our loved ones. We want to be freed from the persistent threat of this world. If you still share this desire, continue on your path and find me further ahead. Okay. Anything hiding? So I'm about to have to run ads. I probably won't pause for them because you guys aren't really missing anything. But more attack speed, more health. Okay, the attack speed for the boomerang makes it spin faster. Okay, hiding. Recycle those. We're not gonna. Our current build is great. I love the boomerang, and I feel like it goes well with this weapon. Hello, Leaper. We found a way to free ourselves thanks to the obsidian in this place. The stone resonates with all memories and offers the opportunity to void the influence of the vortex. You can discover the limitless power of the stone by receiving your blessing. Join me at the end of the sanctuary so I can help you realize the blessing. Sure. Nope. Give me monies. I don't like this guy. He heals enemies and himself. Anything hiding? Well, bro, that one's level 4. This one's also level 4. They are the same. Literally the same. This boss is magical. Woo! We can't pick this up yet. Hello, Leaper. I was waiting for you. So, are you ready to enter into resonance with the stone to connect with the sanctuary? I will now teach you how to perform the blessing. It will allow you to join our resistance. And no longer desecrate this place. First, you need to be calm. Take a deep breath. Banish from your mind all memories that don't belong to you, like the stuff you left behind before you went into the baths. Now close your eyes and think of a huge obsidian block. Imagine you're a skilled stone cutter, preparing to sculpt this block. Now project yourself sculpting this matter in your own image. Concentrate hard at this point. Let your imagination work. Yes. Like this. You see? You seem to have understood. You can open your eyes again. Now that you know the blessing, perform it before the statue nearby. If you are sincere, the sanctuary will soon bless you. Then you will be able to harvest all the riches found within this place. And perhaps the moment will come when you find your stone. Maybe the obsidian will start speaking to you. Who knows? Assuming you still wish to be freed from the vortex. I hope you find it, for you have earned it, my friend. Go on, don't waste any time. Perform the ritual. It's the weapon I love. Did you make it? Sentinel wings. We need to unlock that. So basically all of these... So that's it. You've been blessed by the sanctuary. Do you hear the whispers of the stones? Enjoy the riches of this place, and don't forget, your obsidian is waiting for you somewhere. So all these statues are like people who were alive, but they have been turned to stone. Alright. Let's get this. Let's also upgrade our boomerang. So now, some of the stuff that we couldn't get before, we will be able to, and hopefully that statue will appear the next time, where I can unlock that skin. There's also a skin in this next world that we have not unlocked yet, but I think it's just a random drop. I think we'll be able to beat the boss. We don't have as much health as I typically do, but it's fine. Though some of these enemies are very tough. So can't take any of these. I wonder why I unlocked the ability to have more gift slots, but they have not been giving those to us. I wonder if I need to unlock something else first. We'll do that since that gives us health. Usually I would get that, but I like the boomerang a lot. Hate this guy! I should use this now. Can we buy more than one thing? I could if I had enough.
Welcome
Bread!
back, Sky Pirate.
Oh, still 12 heck.
I wish you had just, oh heck. I love that. And imagine knowing somebody for 30 months. That is wild. That is wild. Brad, thank you for the 30 months. That is incredible. How are you? How was your day? What word would you use to sum up these 30 months? I just died. You made bread today? Ooh, what kind? That sounds lovely. It's in the oven? What kind of bread? What kind of bread did you make? Pun de yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever had that before. What makes it special? Then like, or what makes it like different than other bread? Give me the bread deets. Maybe I'm really scared that we're not gonna make it. Let's just zoom as much as we can. Here. Woo. It's standard square loaf with very thin crust and airy crumb. Ooh, that sounds so good. I want. When it's done, can you post a picture in the Discord? Because I would love to see that. Didn't give me another flask. Unbelievable. 600. Or do I upgrade these? Let's upgrade these instead. Basically, oh, and I hope mine turns out that way. Basically, that square sandwich bread that you find in the grocery store. Like normal bread? I'm not sure which. Do we believe in nominative determinism, that your parents named you Breadly and you became a baker? Oh, that's a good question. Would he have been a baker had he not been called Bread, you know? That is a very good question. What do you think? So as soon as it lets me use my flask, I need to. I use it. These are the last bosses. Very close to death. Last one. This one I usually do okay with. Despite their best efforts, I became a baker. They wanted me to be an athlete, not fat on bread. Unbelievable. They should have called you Hockey. Or Joe Hockey. Puck! Oh, that would have been such a good name. Heck. I think you're perfect size, Bradley. That hurt. And you have a great beard. No! It's fine. That's lovely for you to say. But I still need a stool to reach the top cabinets. That's okay. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Puck Beardsley. But what's funny is you are actually great at hockey, though. So you know, listen to me carefully. What happened over there is absolutely out of the question. I don't know what that crazy man from the onsens told you. You can turn to stone if you like, but if I find out you've helped her convince people from the Ark to do the same, I will banish you from the Ark forever. Do I make myself clear? However, if you believe that such a grim route is not the solution, that only hope belongs here, that we can save these people through the efforts of the guild instead, then I will always be glad to have you with us. Okay. Let's buy challenges, but then we won't buy anything else. Also to your original question, to sum up the last 30 months, no Man's Sky, fair. It's true. That's true. That's fair. One day. You've been trucking in No Man's Sky, though. From last I saw. Oh! We can unlock this, which is my favorite weapon, and this will be the last run for the day. Is there anything else you want to buy? Balance, brutal, alter attacks. Crippling dodge, deadly explosion. When hit, oh. Death Orb is not a bad thing. Balance, brutal attacks. Brutal alter attacks. Explosive hits. Using a trinket spawns a scythe for 8 seconds. So we haven't unlocked these, but I'm trying to be careful of, like, I don't want to dilute the pool, you know. Man, let's just start off with this. Start here. I haven't gone back. I did have trouble in what did you have trouble with? This is one of the expeditions? I wonder when the next expedition's gonna be. Ooh, perfect. This is like excellent build. Starting us off. Oh, with running the game. Oh. Sorry, I tried to mute. It did not mute. I apologize. Please forgive me. So now we have this gun. And it's one of my faves. It is also, if you can get your attack speed up really high, it is insane. It wasn't running smooth at all. Something happened after an update that messed... Oh, maybe. I wonder if there was... Yeah, sometimes those updates mess things up. Hopefully it's fixed now. Bless Jet, thank you. By the way, Bear, I was gonna ask you and I totally forgot, but we talked about it. But I'll ask you now. Did you hear? Have you heard about the drama with Subnautica? Bless Het. Did you hear about the Subnautica drama? Subdromica, more like it. I was just reading about it. Oh, that's so funny. We were, I like, after you left, I was like, wait, I forgot I was gonna bring up Subnautica, and then we talked a little bit about it because a couple people here had played it. So I was like, I was gonna ask Bear because I know you like Subnautica a lot. I saw it got pushed back. Is it related to the 9,000? That's different. But some of the drama, it's not a big deal. So part of the drama is that, so the studio, Unknown Worlds, got bought by a company called Crafton, which has not the best reputation, but that was a bit ago. But the drama recently has been a few things. One, the 3 original devs, or like creators of Subnautica, got fired. And the reasoning, unsure if it's like, so a few things have happened. We'll get into that in a second. The other thing that's dramaed is, so they've been working on this game for a bit, and I guess for a while it got delayed. Well, there was a deal made with Crafton that said, okay, if you guys basically release early access before, or during 2025 or a certain point in 2025, we will split a $250 million bonus with all of the devs involved. A huge bonus. Even if it's like, split amongst, the team, that's still sizable per person. Crafton has since just delayed the game to 2026 without much reason. And are they saying boo earns? I am praying to have whatever God exists that this does not affect the game whatsoever. Well, the devs who were fired, the the original creators of it, who were fired off of the team, said that the game is in a state where it could be released for early access, and it has been that way for a couple of months now. So the devs were like, we don't know why it hasn't been, basically. And so in their opinion, the early access should have released, and the devs, the whole team, should be eligible for that $250 million bonus. It is assumed by the community that the reason why Crafton delayed the game is so that they don't have to pay that $250 million bonus out. Yeah, they have a baseline of the game, just no fluff. Yeah. And Crafton has a bad reputation because in the past they've bought studios and then just shut them down and whatever. So there, with all of this coming out, there has been a movement on the Subnautica subreddit to not buy the game. There's a post saying, nobody buys Subnautica 2, this is what's going on and whatever. It has 55,000 upvotes on Reddit, which is quite sizable for even their subreddit size. But Crafton then released an update saying a couple of things, one of which was like, well, we let them go. We fired those devs because they were starting to work on their next project or something. And again, the devs responded saying, well, the game is like ready to be released in early access. Like we were moving on to like, or we hadn't fully moved on. We're working on stuff, which is common. That's especially for like the game directors to do. Because while teams work on stuff, they're like, you know, they're managing other projects and whatever. And then Crafton also addressed delaying the game and also the bonus thing. And they didn't say that they basically said, well, you know, with us delaying the game, we'll look into rewarding the devs for all their hard work. But in their letter, they did not say that they would be restoring that $250 million bonus promise. They just kind of left it very open-ended to say basically like, well, they may or may not get a bonus when it ends, or like when the game is released. And so a lot of people are still very upset at that, which I think makes sense. I mean, I think that's very understandable. Because assuming throwing in that promise of the $250 million bonus is like, you know, then the devs start working harder, they stay later because they're like, well, if we get this done, we get this, I mean, incredible bonus. I don't know how many people are on the team, but like, you know, even if there's a few hundred people on the team, a $250 million bonus split between all of them is like incredible. So anyway, it seems like Crafton has like weaseled their way out of probably doing that. So anyway, that's the current drama in the Subnautica in the current or in the subreddit and all that, and I don't know. Granted, I'm like, I've never played Subnautica, so I'm not like, I don't have that much skin in the game, but I've heard great things, but I wasn't sure if you had heard anything. Wait, what did I get? Echo. Wait. All right, I do have Echo. All right, that makes sense. I have, now it's stuns. Echo stuns after this. Should help me with the bosses. Anyway. Oh, drama. Alta drama. But basically, a lot of people say, or like, I mean, obviously Crafton is now aware of the campaign that's like, nobody buys Subnautica 2. So it seems like people think that their response to that, or that the letter that they put out was sort of in response to, you know, that versus, you know, had that not gained enough traction, they probably would have, like, you know, not addressed anything. At least I still have Grounded. Yeah, Grounded's coming out. Or it's not out yet, right? Is it out? I forget. Grounded's yeah. No, surely it's not out. It was like just announced. Ah! End of the month? Dang! Oh, that's exciting. There's a lot of games. Donkey Kong, and again, The Drifter is a game that I'm looking forward to. Comes at the same day as Donkey Kong. Again, I was saying, I don't know if I should start Donkey Kong on launch day. Because I'm sure a lot of people will be like, wait a minute. Okay. Sure, a lot of people will be playing it, so they won't want spoilers. So maybe if I like wait a day or two, just let people get a little bit of a head start. I don't know if that's, I don't know what the best call is. Any thoughts, any opinions? Should I start at launch day? Nope. I want to change out the bomb trinket. That's the only thing I want to change. You should start at lunch today. I wish it was out today. That would actually be fantastic. I wasn't sure what I was going to play today. Yeah, I mean, if it was out, it actually would be kind of perfect. I'm sad that the Drifter is releasing on the launch day of Donkey Kong, because I would love to support that indie game. But it's harder when there's like a major game releasing on the same day. Oh, were you gonna say, did you mean launch day? I thought you were making a joke. Like, you should start today. That is very funny. I thought you were just making a joke. Sure did. That is so funny. I was like, oh, that's very funny. But okay, yeah, maybe I'll something else to do with the indie game. Insert the why not both GIF. Ooh. New boomerang. I think with games like that, I feel like it's often good to start streaming it on the first day. Sometimes you get like new people who are like, you know, looking for somebody to watch play this game. And then typically like, once they've found their person, they don't like look for other people. So like, might be a chance to like get some new people in here. Granted, it's also possible that nobody new comes in. But then also this indie game. I love supporting the indies. And this one's an Australian indie game. And it has Australian voice actors in it. So like, I don't know. It's like calling to me, you know? If only Donkey Kong was Australian. Then we'd have a sure winner. Once we get the attack speed even higher. Is this? Oh. Then I'll use this as my main. Just, it's still a tad too slow. We have 45% attack speed. Actually, that could have been good. To replace the bomb. Too late. One day I'd like to play this co-op. Not necessarily on stream. Kill all enemies in less than 25 seconds. Can we do it? Team. Yay! Sentinel wings! Let's get it. This is a recent weapon they added, and it has become my fave. Boss time. The only thing I don't like about it is that, like, it pushes you back when you use the alter attack. Sometimes that puts me in a weird spot. Like here. It. More attack speed. We're getting there. Room for those. Talk to him again. Thank you for helping me recover part of my memory, but I think I'd best stop here. I no longer want to turn into a statue. I'm someone else now. I mean, really, I have a new purpose. The duty of taking care of these onsens. They heal you, help you move forward, and most importantly, give you hope. And that's the most important thing. He's fine, even though he kind of, like, essentially murdered a bunch of people, kind of, in a roundabout sort of way. That's level 4, and that is better than ours. Upgrade this. Upgrade this. Perfect. Let's go to the sanctuary again. Now we're gonna hopefully find that statue I need to give me that skin. That way I don't have to be this guy anymore. I can be my favorite guy. But now there was all those weapons we couldn't pick up, but we are now blessed by the sanctuary because we've beaten it once. So the special weapons we can pick up before we Also just need to remember to look for the different secret areas. Oh, there's one. Moxie, welcome back. How are you? What is happening? What is this reach that you have? Wild. I have never seen that. Impact tone? That must be new. I wonder what it's like. I know there's like twin blades. Something else. What if it's like its weapon? We already got the Elder Sword and the Sentinel Wings. So good. More attack speed. I'm hiding here. How much to attack? We have 75. The cap for non-endless mode is 100%. Want that? Let's do critical up. How long have you been playing this? Because you've made it sound a lot, but then also made the game sound newish. It's it came out I think October of last year. But so it still feels very new. It's still in early access, so there's like a lot they're adding to the game. Yeah, I played, quite a bit of this. I almost had everything unlocked before I lost my save. Let's do that for more health. Let's go for more cogs. We need to unlock more stuff. Like the weapon that will unlock kind of looks like his. I wonder if it has that cool beam attack. Yeah. No, for sure. But I've played quite a bit of this time-wise, so I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I maybe at times make this seem a little bit easier, but I'm just so used to like the timing already. And I still die and do bad, but it took me forever to even get to like this point. But I'm also playing on like normal difficulty. More health, please. Keep an eye out for the secret stuff. I've only found one secret area. That could just be it, but I have hope. You know, sometimes it's available, sometimes it's not. What is this? All enemies within 40 seconds. I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think we're strong enough for that. So I'm not gonna waste my time. Checked. So kills have a 5% chance to give plus 16% damage to this. Oh, wow, that's actually quite a lot. So that's happened twice then. So this has plus 32 damage. Probably be really bad at this because I like colors and this game has a lot of things going and it's so colorful. Long story short, I would get distracted often. I don't know, you might get used to it. It does have a lot going on though, so. Tempted to swap that out, but might not have spawned this time. This is gonna be rough. Actually, I mean, we're doing a lot of damage to it, but oh, noise. Okay, that actually ended up being fine. I was very scared. We don't have room, unfortunately, for this. The chrono catch. That's a new thing. It's okay. Last level. Buy one of these. Thank you. Heals you for 1% of base damage. For sure we unlock that new weapon, or like we'll have to actually pay to unlock it, but we got. I wanna see what that is. I'll wait for that though. But have not seen how it works. I hope it's like that sword that the guy has that can also shoot stuff. So I tend to like more ranged weapons. When I'm under 50% health, that's what it is. I hate this guy so much. They are the worst. Maybe I shouldn't fight. I'm gonna gonna zoom to the end. I'll only fight people who I need to. Because we also lost. I need to pick up the stuff that we lost. I don't want to accidentally die. My little bro is shooting me. Oh, we have to go back. Done. Bye. Well, let's buy another flask. And then boss time. There's that stuff we dropped. Let's pick it up. Done. 2. Last guy. Immune to stun, apparently. Have a good night, Moxie. Thanks for popping in. Bro's putting in work. Run, dodge, dodge! You can get an oversized version of the Sentinelings, and it's perfect for this fight because the lasers shoot much further. He's almost dead. If I don't do something dumb, we should be fine. Ideal. There we go. Welcome home. Can't remember if I've beaten him on stream yet. Good guess. Doesn't matter. We don't have endless mode unlocked yet. We got a bunch of cogs though. Yay! Let's unlock stuff and then we'll stop there. So we have 2,000. Let's do gift slot 2. Cog gates. Occasionally discover gates that can be unlocked using cogs, granting access to additional items. Oh, right. Yeah. I remember those. Main shop sells one more item. Things are getting expensive. Let's save the rest of our cogs. That's nice. Let's see. So let's see. The impact tome. Is it? Weapon of a relentless and deadly sentinel. The last hit deals criticals. Doesn't look like it has that range skill. It looks also very slow. Chrono catch. What is sneaky? Backstabs give 30% chance to overwhelm. Your alternate attacks are always changed to the maximum. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty nice. Okay. We'll go ahead and stop there. Friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Very much appreciate it. Let me, exit the game. Boop. Alrighty. Friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Very much appreciate all of you. Raisin Brand Cereals, thank you so much for subscribing for the 2 months. Brad, thank you for the 30 months. Very much appreciated. That is wild that it has been such a long time. But thank you for being here. And Magical, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We might be back tomorrow. I am unsure what the plan is, but we might be back tomorrow. We'll see. Play it by ear. Bear, have a great evening. Yeah, I'll see what's going on. But anyway, friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye!